So I just took a seat on this grass patch because I felt like I needed to sit down. No food, no water today. It's about 2:45. 3 o'clock. Closer to 3 o'clock. So I don't know how my body is going to respond and react this time to me fasting, because last time I was fasting I wasn't doing carnivore and then fasting. So my body is already in ketosis. So it usually takes 3 days for your body to get into ketosis, which is essentially burning fat instead of carbohydrates. But I'm burning fat anyway instead of carbohydrates because I've been doing carnivore for a month. So it'd be interesting to see how my body responds anyway to what I'm doing. Because I think the last time I ate was about this time yesterday. It sort of been, I think I ate a little bit earlier, so it would have been about 24 hours since I've eaten. This pigeon is just over here. It just made a mushroom out the ground. It's gone around hunting for food. Put my hand out earlier today. There was a pigeon on the fence, and I put my hand out, but it just jumped off the fence and went onto the fence. I thought it was going to jump into my hand. This is a black pigeon, this one. Black pigeon with like a bluish, greenish neck. I'll show you. There he is right there. Hunting around, pecking around for food. And I'm just sitting down here on this big grass patch. Nice breeze. Someone else is going for a run. I'm gonna have to charge my phone somewhere. I tried to charge my phone before, but the charger's not working at the barbecues. I must have turned them off. I might have to. I don't want to go home, to be honest, but I think I've only got 20% charge on this phone. I'll find somewhere to charge it. I'm sure if I go a bit further down, the charges will work down that way. I'll find somewhere. Maybe I should go buy a portable charger while I'm out when this happens next time. Pretty sure I can get one from Kmart for cheap. I'll have to have a look, but I'm pretty sure I checked last time I bought it like $40 or something, maybe $30 it was. Just charge that at home. Because the full charge on that plus charging it tonight will last me over. I'm going to do that actually. Get a charger today or tomorrow. Here he comes again. He's got like a purplish neck too. It's like green and purple. electric bikes. They're really a thing now. Loads of people rolling around on electric bikes. It's got thick ass tires on those ones as well. There's actually so many boats and yachts around at the moment. Like I swear there's way more than there used to be. They're just parked up everywhere with the anchors down all over the shop. You must be able to just anchor your boat wherever you want. Must be legal to do that. Just stacks it. Just closing the dog in the back. We're going to just see him come past. See that setup right there? There's a dog right in the back of that. Little dog with his head poking out. He's got the sound system rolling and everything. The dog was loving it. Tongue out and all. Out the back of the basket at the back. That reminds me of being in America. There's not many people in Australia that roll around, with speakers in their on their scooters or on like a bike or something like that. But in America, when I was in America, there's loads of people rolling around like that. We just speakers blasting in scooters and all different types of transport on the side of the road. That's like a normal thing. Same actually when you're in Thailand or Bali or something as well. Maybe not Bali, I heard that more in Thailand. Just blast the music. Music's great and all, but I do like the serenity. I like just, I'd much rather be like this. Hear nature, be out in nature when it's quiet. Not quiet, but hearing what's going on around me, not just blasting music all the time. But in saying that, I used to blast music all the time. All the time. But I feel like that's when I had to do something, Back then when I was drinking a lot more and going out a lot more and partying heaps, I was always had music on. But I'm not really like that. I don't do that anymore. I'm not like that anymore. I prefer a much calmer, peaceful life. Much rather connect with people, like-minded people, on a deeper level than just blaring music. Fasting too, I just thought before, just makes you realise a lot. So much I realise every time I fast. You just realise you don't need much to live in this life. You actually don't need much at all. You can live without pretty much a lot of stuff when you do a fast. A lot of things aren't that necessary, but they are, it's a bonus, it's a benefit, all of this stuff we do have. All the access we have to food, all the access we have to shelter, all the access we have to housing, everything that we do have in this lifetime is such a blessing, but you realise that a lot more when you're fasting, I do anyway, because my mind can just function properly, but I know I can probably go however long without eating, you know what I mean? Just makes you realise a lot of things. And more gratitude comes in, more appreciation comes in for the little things that I didn't appreciate so much before. It's the one thing you do realise when you eventually do eat after your fast is done. You're so appreciative of food, instead of food being like it has been for me for like the longest time. last few years has just been a drag eating, being like, obviously my body just doesn't want it. I just can't process the amount of food that I used to eat. Just can't. The older you get, as the years go by, the less and less food you need. Maybe I've just worked my body to the ground from partying and drinking so much in the past and eating so much. Could have been that. Definitely can't do it anymore though. But I know I'm not the only one. There's loads of people that turn 30 and past 30 that just can't do what they used to do. Just can't. But that's another real reason that I'm doing this fight, because I really want to give my body a complete heal. Like a complete heal. Last time I feel like my body definitely done some healing, but this time I want it like give it 100. Like I just want my body to be 100% healed. However long that takes. And I'm just gonna listen to my body. Before I was had like try to get to like certain 3-day mark was the goal, and then 5-day mark was up there too. But I'm not really trying to mark nothing. I'm just gonna roll with it and just see how I feel. But knowing that people can go for like a month, 20 days, even though that's not the goal, that's not the target, it just makes me feel so much more better about knowing that I can last someone if that's what ends up happening. But I know as a fact that my body needs healing from the inside out. That's why I'm so sensitive to food. That's why I've been so inflamed from food, because there's loads of people that can eat food and not react like that. But once you do fast, as you guys know that have fasted before, you get a lot more sensitive to food after you fast, because you clean out your body so much. And with someone like me who's not drinking, who's not doing anything, it's not good for my body. It can really pick up stuff in food. But hopefully when I do 100% heal, it won't be such an issue like it has been, because it's like the biggest issue for me. If I eat something that's not right or eat the wrong bit of food, it's such an issue. But if I'm working at 100%, my body should be able to get rid of it. But we'll see. Just keep doing what I'm doing and stay in a good state. Put my body in a state where it can recover. Give it the time to recover. Put it in the environment where it can recover. So that's what I'm doing. I was thinking before too, like your body can hold energy as well. So all the stuff that we've all been through, I've been through, everyone's been through in their lifetime. I'm probably holding on to a lot of stuff energetically as well in my body. It hasn't been released. Because I realised a lot, especially over this last year, that I've been an emotional eater. I've used eating as a way to cover up emotions. So I use it as like a crutch. Emotional eating is a crutch when I feel like I want to stop thinking, or I think I'm not hungry, but I'm not really hungry. I'm just eating for the sake of it, just for something to do to boredom. Just eat because you're bored, or you eat because you're used to doing it. It's like such a habit. But instead of when you do go to eat out of habit, and maybe because you're not feeling that great, because you try and make yourself better from eating, maybe just face the emotion. When I'm not eating, I'm going to have to face the emotion. Whatever maybe emotions are stuck inside of me, stuck energy that's stuck inside of me from whatever I've been through in the past, I can let go of. It can leave my body. Stagnant energy may be present in my body from past things that I've been through. So that could be definitely another benefit. Cleansing emotionally, energetically. So I'm sure a lot of people that are watching this right now, if you've made it this far in the video, it's 15 minutes in. If you have, you've done well. I'm proud of you. Thanks for tuning in. But I'm sure people that are watching this, you can relate to emotional eating. I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that can relate to that. It's funny because I never used to be an emotional eater. I never used food as like a source to, I just didn't. Maybe I did. Maybe I just picked it up after a while because maybe I've got stuck energy inside of it. I don't know. Or maybe emotional eating is a lot more common when you get older. Who knows? Because the more you age, the more stuff you go through. And that's true for anyone. Life happens, things happen. If you can be aware of, your circumstances and face those emotions, and let them leave. Get rid of that stagnant energy you may have inside of you, like I may do as well. Then it can definitely help. We're going to find out. I'm going to find out how I feel, what's going to come up. It's definitely overdue for an overall cleanse, and this is the best way humanly possible, I believe, that anyone can cleanse. But I know, I don't even want to say believe. I don't know if it is the best way, but I just can't think of any other way. Let me know in the comments section if you can think of any other better way than cleansing and fasting. I can't think of it. So you're literally fasting, you're giving your body everything it's got. Everything your body is capable of doing, it can now do, because there is absolutely nothing going in the body. For me at the moment, in my case, there's no food, no water right now. So I can't think of anything else I can do other than putting myself in an environment that's stress-free, which I'm doing. Putting myself in a safe, healing environment. So, yeah, I think fasting is definitely necessary. And I think it's the best thing anyone can do. Like, I absolutely do. From doing it in the past and from seeing other people do it too. Because that's the one crutch everybody has to do. Everybody has to eat eventually. We've been taught to overeat, I believe. But who knows? When you're younger, you can eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner and metabolize it. But I reckon we can live a lot longer than we've been told. I don't think 100 years is normal. I seen something the other day about some guy in India somewhere lived to like 180. I reckon people can live to 200. I reckon people can live longer than that. But it's about keeping your mind good, keeping your body good. And that's probably from eating a lot less. Like that guy that I told you that I seen the other day that doesn't eat for 20 days in a row. Imagine how, he's only eating every 20 days. It's 360 days in a year. So 360 divided by 20. He's eating a lot less than everybody else. Like, whatever that is, 20 times a year, 24 times a year. That's a lot less that the body has to do and can recover a lot more. That's like the number one anti-aging thing anyone can do. That has been proven. I've seen loads of people that are anti-aging people on social media, and all they say the number one thing to do is fast, is to not eat. You'll stay younger. It reverses the way you look. You literally start looking younger when you fast. I know that is an absolute fact from personal experience. Me doing that 5 and that 7 day fast, I'm just way younger. body is literally, it destroys all the old dead cells and gives you brand new cells if you give it enough time. You know, so I don't see why we can't live until 200. I reckon we can live to 300, 400, 500, whatever we want to. There's ways to it. I'm sure the people that are wherever they are, whoever you want to call them, the people that run this whole show, they're living for a lot longer than everyone else. Maybe they've figured out how to live forever. I feel like that's the thing too. You can live forever. Like I said before, I believe anything's possible. I believe the stuff we see in the movies is all possible. I believe anything that you can see, hear, smell, and taste and touch with your own 2 ears and eyes that has been thought about can happen. You know, because everything starts with a thought. It all starts with a thought. This video that I'm making right now started with a thought. This bag you see started with a thought. This watch you see started with a thought. That yacht over there that you see started with a thought. The high rises you see around your house started with a thought. The houses you see around the house started with a thought. You know, everything in this whole world / universe started with a thought. The thought becomes a thing. You have a thought, and you attract. You attract things, and then ideas come up, and then everything flows through that one thought, and then that's how cities come about. That's how everything comes about. That's how anything in this life comes about. It all starts with a thought. So if it's been thought, you know, and it becomes a movie, then it can be possible in this lifetime because it started with a thought. You know, so everything is possible. If you think you can live to 1,000 years old, you can live to 1,000 years old. Just, there's a way, there's a vibration to it. You know, you think it, and they say in this lifetime everything's energy. You know, everything's vibration. I don't know how, you know, but that's what they say. So think it can happen. You know, because we are spiritual more than anything in here. We are spiritual beings living a human existence. That's just what it is. It's just a fact. That's why there is such thing as law of attraction. That's why, you know, when I fast and when everybody fasts, if you fasted, you'll know. You know, you get so out of your body, and it's more of like a spiritual. It's more of a spiritual experience. Like you're still in your body, and I'm still in my body, but you'll just see things so differently. Like when you cut out the food, your mind's so much clearer. You know, and when you just drink water, your mind's clearer. But when you do no food and no water, you know, it's a whole lot different because all the energy you're usually using to digest the food, and all the energy, you know, you're usually using to absorb and I don't know about digest the water, but at least absorb the water and make the water do different things in your body. You know, you now have free, so you now have complete energy. And once you do get your body to a completely healed state where it's working at 100%, now what are you going to do with all the energy? You know, now that your body is in a 100% healed state because you've given it time, now what's your body going to do with it? Now you can use that energy to manifest things, to create things, you know, to create anything you want or desire you can have because you're working 100%, you're functioning at 100%, now you have all this free energy your body doesn't know what to do, so now it's going to create thoughts. It's going to create things that pop up in your head, and you're going to have the energy and the execution to do it because you've got you're in a healthy, good state, mentally, physically, spiritually. You know, so I fully believe anything in this lifetime is possible. I don't think there's anything that is impossible. Anything that can be thought of can be done. And I fully, truly, wholeheartedly, whole-mindedly, whatever you want to call it, believe that. I believe that anything can be done in this lifetime. If you can think it, it can happen. Because if you can't think it, then it can't happen. You know, so all the thoughts, wherever we get the thoughts from, you know, because thoughts pop into our head, wherever they come from, you know, they've got to come from a higher source. You know, they've got to come from somewhere. I think they do come from somewhere. You know, that's why I've heard of people having ideas and they don't execute with the idea, but, you know, a year later, 6 months later, 2 years later down the track, someone else ends up doing it. You know, we've all had those thoughts before. It's whether you execute on the thoughts, you know, because apparently we're all connected. It's all one human consciousness. So if we are all connected with our minds, when thoughts pop up into one person's mind, they don't have to do it. Someone else ends up doing it. And you know, same thing with, like I was saying, with movies or whatever. Like if you can think of all these superhero movies and all these things that happen in movies, then it can happen in real life. You know, people levitating and all that stuff's real. I've seen stuff about that on YouTube before, about people levitating, about people creating fire out of their hands. Like that type of stuff is real. People like moving, like say for instance, if I was sitting here, I could move the leaves with my hand, with my energy, with my mind, just boom. Like it's real, but there's levels to it. And whoever is running this whole show knows that, and that's why I say on the channel it's important about watching what you eat. It's important about trying to eat clean and clean your body out completely. Because when you get to a level that you can do things that other people can actually do, but they don't know they can do because they're so bogged down with food and with everything that's put in front of us in this life, then you also too can do other things that other people can do. We've all got the same potential to do things. We all have the potential to think. We all have the potential to do anything we choose to do. It's about whether you're in the right state to do it. Are you there? Mentally, physically, spiritually. What have you let go of to gain? I let go of food and water today to gain this much mental clarity. Look at my thought pattern. Look how much I'm talking today. Look how much I'm back on, making videos, having conversations about life. Whereas the last month, I've still been getting on here and there, doing a little bit of training, having a little bit of chats, but it hasn't been chats like this, because my body has all this extra energy to talk about things. But what's going to happen when my body does completely get rid of all these heavy metals and plastics that are in my body and pollution that's in my body and whatever's stopping my brain from functioning completely, and maybe my pineal gland, because I've been having showers, is I don't know, is covered up or whatever. There's a load of things that I feel like we all have the potential to do in this lifetime. A lot of us aren't doing, because we've been taught otherwise. Yeah, but there was a way, like I was saying earlier today, that people in ancient Egypt got those pyramids there. People, doing seemingly undoable things back in the day because they didn't have machinery apparently back in the day and all that stuff. But they've been able to build those things and do stuff like that. There's so many things that we're capable of doing. We just are. Anything we can do. Just got to trust it. Trust it and figure out how to do it. But I know the first step in figuring out how to do it is getting the body and getting the mind clean. So you can actually get to a stage where manifestations and attracting and using whatever we have that I've not tapped into yet, that's available to us, that I'm sure other people have tapped into, that's available to all of us that we can do. So human potential is what I'm going to title this video. Extremely low storage. Okay, I'm going to get this video off. I've got low storage and my phone's about to die, so